darlings. You're welcome to Banter and That's with Ave. As you guys already know, my name is Ave, and I'm not by myself today. And I'm so excited for who I have today. I'm just going to let him introduce himself. Many of you might know him by his stories. Many of you might have seen him on Instablog. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Nass. There's really nothing much to be.
The thing is,
just us.
Yeah. The thing with Nass is he likes being humble. And I like that about him because he's saying that is all there is to me. But if you know, you know. Anyway, so I'm just going to jump right into the gist because I feel like, with the person present here today, like I have so much I would want us to talk about, so much I want you guys to weigh in on, and let's just see how it goes. So right now, the heat of the moment, right, as this time we're recording, the heat of the moment is Little Miss this, Little Miss that. You might have put it on your story. You might have, I don't know, probably everybody in the studio right now is you probably did Little Miss. So I just want to know, Little Miss, she's a 10, but she doesn't work. That's the line. Nass, expatiate.
So sad that we never have Little Misters.
Ooh.
I mean, men don't get the choice to do a lot of these things because we don't even have the time, to be very honest.
Mm-hmm.
And it's more like they are quite fancy trends, and it's fine. It's all for fun. But then I noticed that a lot of times when these trends come, the women they use it to display a bit of their true self in disguise of...
There's your true self.
True. Because it's like when you're drunk and then you say something and you tell the person, oh, it's because I was drunk. Alcohol does not force you to do it.
It's not an excuse. So
it literally just emboldens your morale to say something you
By the way, trigger warning. If you are not somebody that can handle truth, this might be a good time to jump to the next episode. Not leave next episode. So the truth is, I think when Little Miss started, it was maybe just like random things. Little Miss answers messages late. Little Miss this, that, But then it started getting intense. Little Miss, all the favors, no work. Little Miss, it started getting into, and I'm just like, well, okay, I mean, if he rocks your boat, then fine. But I'm just interested in this narrative, and I mean, if you go by that narrative, I mean, it's totally fine. This is just me discussing, the narrative of it being glorified that you don't have to do a thing and you should be proud that things should come to you without you working for it. And then you expect the person you're with or the little mister, like you said, to be all those things without, so what is the rule? You get what you want. I don't know, Nass, please help me out here.
So I think I started having issues when I started seeing Little Miss, but she has ADHD. Little Miss, but she has this. There is this glorification of mental illnesses in Nigeria. And it's not fun because I feel it's sort of insulting to people who are actually...
drink a bottle of wickedness every day.
Having such issues. You just come out online and you feel, because you lack concentration in whatever you're doing, you have ADHD. You are not clinically diagnosed of anything.
Yeah, that ADHD is it's a very serious thing, but I think a lot of people are just...
People just throw depression around to this. If you are clinically diagnosed of anything, that is understandable.
Mm-hmm.
There is more not recently, in our generation, there is more of short focus span and attention span to dedication on issues you want to do or things you want to achieve. And people just claim it's mental illness. The thing is, there's so much fun activities now going around to easily distract you.
Yeah.
An example is, in my line of business, people who know me will probably have seen me, spraying money, popping bottles.
I'm sorry, when I asked you, what's your name? You said Nass and you kept quiet. Now you're saying people who...
people just know my face, they don't know my name.
Okay.
And it's fine for me. So you probably see me throwing money, popping bottles and all.
Lifestyle.
And a lot of people, exactly, and I tell them it's fake life. They'll be like, boss, you don't feel they say that fake life. It's fake life does not mean I'm not paying for it, or it doesn't mean that it's actually my kind of lifestyle.
But I'm sorry, that fake, I see a lot of people so if you are spraying money...
not so many people understand what fake life means.
Please help me, because
fake life,
you can't believe it.
If you don't have money, you can't live fake life. Because it's expensive, more expensive than the actual...
Yeah, you have to keep up.
You have to keep up. But for me, it's more like a lifestyle for me because it's my line of business. If you don't see me popping, you would not come to my events because it looks like it's going to be boring.
Okay. I think
Do you
that's
understand?
that's another angle too.
It's understandable that if I tell you come to my event, you can pick your transport back. You can pick. If you don't have shame like me, I don't have shame. If I don't have, I'll pick. If you don't have shame and you don't want to form people, you can pick. Because I'm sure that I know the struggle I put in to hold an event. And then when I'm done, towards the end, there's this euphoria of success that, I'm just happy I've achieved this.
Yeah.
So I always have like money kept aside for I'm going to spray at the end of my events. So I pull it out and I spray, and probably the night before somebody has begged me 20,000. I say I don't have. And then you see me spraying like 200,000, 500, and you're going to say this boy is a wicked boy. I'm not a wicked person.
So what are you?
That is my business strategy. I'm investing in my next event.
Okay, so your business strategy, that's what you're telling me now.
My business strategy is showing you I'm living the life.
Okay.
And I'm actually living the life for
you
me.
can now come and now see
Do you understand? You can come and experience the life. You can come and see what it is about.
Marketing.
If you come to Renal, for example, a lot of people in Abuja are not coming to a place.
Nass, I'm so sorry. Hold on, because you know what I'm about to say. So Nass is I don't know. Okay, he's the owner of Renown. So it's like a spot in Abuja. And like, I really love the spot. And I really want him to say that. I don't know why he's hiding it. Please, you guys should go to Renown.
So that when I offend people, they will not stop coming because...
They will stop coming, but it's your business still. He does a lot of things, but like, he doesn't want to be known and he's humble. I feel like...
So, it's nice. Not really humility. When I have money, you see my pride. I'll touch my shoulder like this.
Yeah,
so when I'm
apology.
I have money. I just don't have money yet.
Okay. This episode is in partnership with Elytron and Hobby. Now, Elytron is a space that allows you immerse yourself in creativity. They have a musical studio and 3 ensuite rooms for an Airbnb and so much more. Hobby, on the other hand, is a platform that allows you save money through sharing. Check out their website at www.hobby.com. All right, so before we start shooting, and Nass, we're like going through, the line of what to say organized, because talking about like emotional intelligence, especially when it comes to like with relationships, you can easily deviate. And I remember, I don't know if it was earlier this year or last year, there was this pastor, man of God, son of God. I don't know who the guy is, Sham. But basically, I think he cheated. His wife caught him cheating. But like they were a public couple. I don't know, am I getting the story? They were like a very public couple. And she had to like come in front of the camera. They like held their hands and everything.
She was being forced.
It was obvious that, I don't know if maybe it was just her face. But yeah, she had to come and give an apology. I think if they were not a public couple, would not have done that. Also, recently we had the issue with Solomon Buchi, number 1 Nigerian.
Our mentor,
Nigerian therapist. Let's talk a bit about that. So basically, he's engaged right now, and he was coming out to say something about his fiancée. I can't exactly remember it word for word, but he was like, "You're not the, I think, smartest, you're not the this, but I love you and I choose you." And the internet went haywire. Like, guys, everybody lost it. But now, why do you think, initially, I didn't really see. I was just like, But I had to now look at it again. But now I want to know your thoughts on that paragraph. I'm sure you've seen it, and I'm sure you saw like what he's... Yeah, so let me know what you think. This one, you're calm. Bullets are coming.
No, not exactly. I think what he said is not exactly wrong. It's where he said it. There are some thoughts that should die with you. Nobody should hear it. Not even the person who it's about.
Yeah, I think...
Because you don't tell me how to feel when you've said something.
True.
And you don't expect me to leave because of what you said. Like, I don't expect her to leave, because obviously they share something more than what he just said.
Or what we are seeing.
And what he said, genuinely, that's the right thing. Your wife can always be the most beautiful, or your girlfriend, or... In fact, when you think about it...
Not perfect.
The girls and boys that were popping when you were in high school, you don't even know them anymore.
They're not even popping.
Do you understand? So that is just it. That's why when I tell people like, "Oh, fine boy like you," that you go say, "Get babe." I'm like, "Oh, I don't think I don't know what is love. I can't tell you I'll fall in love with somebody. Like the one you're defining as love, how I feel. How I feel will always change."
Yeah.
If you take the business I do, I see countless of fine girls every day. Countless of fine men who are making offers to you. It's Abuja, you know what is happening.
Yeah.
So if I'm not choosing somebody over and over because it's the person and it's how the person looks or how the person makes me feel, somebody else will make me feel better.
Yeah, I think when I saw it, to be honest, and this is just me giving my opinion, right? When I saw it, I think he just meant you're not the most perfect person, but I choose to love you. But I think because he had to itemize the obvious,
I don't think so.
I,
The
it,
problem came from he speaks from a point of perfection.
okay.
People were making comparison of his former posts to what is currently
Yes. Oh
happening.
my God.
So he
Yes.
said
Yes.
in his previous post, he said his girlfriend, his wife is the most
He wasn't
beautiful.
dating.
If he's dating anybody, the person is the most beautiful. The person is the most intelligent.
I
There's
told
nothing
him
you're going to say
otherwise.
that makes it otherwise. And then now you're saying person is not this, is not that. No fault, that's fine.
Yeah.
But then he made the second post saying he has grown. Don't go backward. That means you're shrinking.
You know, another thing I wanted to ask is a lot of people, right? And this is why it's just important to have sense for yourself. Because when he said that he evolved, he changed, I was like, okay, no problem. Like everyone can do that. But then, like, if I think a certain way today, right, and I'm an influencer, and maybe a year after I changed the way I think, and I know fully well that the way I thought my first year, I projected that towards people. I made them think, okay, this is the way you should be seeing things. Like if you're a public figure a year after, she'd be saying, okay, guys, remember I used to think like this before. I now think like this now. Like, how would you go about things like that? I think it's not just for influencers, like in your everyday life. You make certain like proclamations, you make certain like decisions, the way you see things, you have friends, it rubs off on people that are close to you. So what now happens when you change that ideology? Because I think that's another major thing that is making this issue like such a big deal. So what happens then? Do you now say guys have changed?
Everybody is an influencer because however you like it, how there are people who look up to you, I don't even know them. They just like how you carry yourself. There are people who take the things I post word for word and go and scatter their relationship. It does not concern me. Like if you come to me for relationship advice, it will end. Because I'm going to tell you, oh, your girlfriend is not being honest with you, your boyfriend is not this. But you are in an emotional state and you're going to see me as a bad person, which is fine. But then at the end of the day, they always tell me like, guy, my eye don't open. I'm like, welcome back. If the thing is, when texting, that's the reason why I don't argue with people. When you're texting or typing things out, it does not convey context. People just read and then they verbalize it how exactly. So if you're writing something that's sensitive and you know you're changing your narrative, in Nigeria, they'll tell you that everybody is a hypocrite and they are thinking of you like, oh, now it's because, you know that saying that it's until you wear the shoe.
You know where it hurts.
Exactly. When he was not in any relationship that nobody knew about, he was a perfect man. It was like, he can just come and tell you that, your wife should not cook for you. That's fine.
It's the single ones that give the best advice.
Because you are not there.
You are not inside.
You are not there. It's when you're there. You're assuming, you won't beat your wife because you can control your temper. But that is also because you don't know if your wife is going to be able to pull your temper beyond your control.
But
you can't just say
it doesn't mean don't beat anybody.
You understand? I tell women that if you must provoke somebody or you want to beat a man, I believe once you raise your hand, that means the person can retaliate. You should be prepared for whatever will come after.
Even if it's a man, like if you raise your hand,
the law, my belief is don't raise your hand on anybody. Be it a man, be it a woman. Because you can't tell me how to retaliate. That's the thing.
So if I annoy, if I say...
If you piss me off, you've pissed me off, I'm not going to beat you or fight you. That is. But if you raise your hand on me, I consider you an equal threat as myself. I will beat you.
Okay, wait, now let me get something straight. Okay, so if I say something to you, I say like something provocative, like if I say like maybe you're mad or you're not in your senses or something like that, right? And you're somebody with like a short temper. Are you saying that Okay. Are you saying that however you interpreted that time or however anybody interpreted that time, you have the right to...
You don't raise your hand on anybody because of what they said. Say your own back.
Okay.
And then as a human being, I feel like if you think you are matured enough to do certain things like go into a relationship, you should have an understanding of yourself first.
True.
So if you know you are short fused, then you should know when people are about to trigger you and you leave. Because most times you think you can control what people say or how you feel about it. And you're like, I'll be strong man, make I just do. And one small boy will just come and tell you something that Or it will be like you should just kick him out. But if you are not there, they can't tell you that. So just walk out. Like my father will always tell me that my mother has very bad mouth. Like my mother, it was so bad that me, I used to ask if she's my mother. Because she does not care. She would just say something like,
is a savage.
You just be like, you are the black sheep
mom
of the family. You bring shame to me. I'm just like that. He just looked into my future and saw that I'm shame. And then my father would just be like, you know your mother, if I follow her the way she talks, I'll kill her. Just take a walk.
Nass's mom, if you're watching this.
My mom was, so growing up, I used to be like a very bad boy. I'm a Port Harcourt person, so people who come over should know like,
violence.
So my mother always thought like maybe from like age 14, I was already a cultist. Because I don't talk, it was just more like, I was pure violence. If you come to me, I will come at you. So, like, my mom was, I have a mark here. This is my mom. She stabbed me. And it's more like she was over there and she said something. I was like, I'm not. She just turned the knife and I like just swept my hand. And it's like a life.
Wait, hold on. I think a major thing I want to ask is the effect of, I feel like our parents, if we're all being honest with ourselves, right? I feel like our parents, they had a very, should I say, if we're being honest, was sort of toxic, a very weird way of showing care or protection, either with words, either with, the way they hit us, the way they probably isolate and everything. I'm sure if we're all being honest, at some point, your parents was probably, if you don't fall into that category, then you're one of the lucky few. But like, it's not their fault because maybe they're not exposed to, the proper way to do certain things. But like, I hope maybe if you fell into that category, I think maybe another time we'll talk of how you like Nigerian children or Nigerian adults, you're coping from the trauma that parents thought was the best way to train up a child in a good way.
I don't believe though.
You don't believe that like there's a proper way?
There's no proper way of doing anything.
I don't think there's a proper way, but
conditions and environment decides what you do.
No, still, if you hear what certain parents know, I feel still.
Do you think sleeping with your sibling is right?
It's not right.
There are traditions that do it and it's fine.
Well, yes, but
so it's your environment that determines what is right.
There are some ways.
Is incest in what manner? Because the Bible says so.
Well, I mean, in the Bible there was incest.
What if they don't believe in the Bible and they are not Christian?
That's you and your group.
I'm just telling you.
Me, I'm a Christian, please.
So let me give an instance. The generation after, the ones whom are being raised now, and the ones who you think were raised in the toxic manner, who do you see and think is doing better? Because now it's more like we are raising kids without sense of responsibility. People who want everything for anything.
Okay. So I think I have an idea of where you're coming from.
Yes. Your parents were, look at you now. I think when your mother and father were saying a lot of things, you probably thought like, my life no hard like that. All these things, you're just stressing yourself. But see you now, you're struggling to pay your rent. No matter how many jobs you have. But you should be wondering sometimes, how was your father able to pay for 3 kids, pay house, have a car, build another one in the village and all? Yeah. Without certain things, believe me, you would have lost your way. Life is sweet. Let me tell you, there is a certain amount of freedom you see, you lose your way. So if you don't have that discipline to say, when they say, remember where you're coming from, and remember who, you just go astray. To be very honest, if there are 1 million people in Abuja, there are not up to 50 that have genuine fear of God in them to say when they want to go astray, the fear of God should bring them back.
Yeah, I believe, because the manner of people I'm seeing on these streets.
So think about it. If your parents were being like, oh, Junior, don't do that. How many times have you told your Junior, but don't do that he didn't do it? Children are inquisitive. They want to find out what happens after
if I do that.
Do you understand? And it's the reason why like people are saying, oh, sex education is not being taught properly. You don't just expose somebody to something without control. You are teaching somebody to tear condom like this, just to tear condom. The person wants to go and see what they use the condom for. Okay. Once you expose somebody to something, it's like giving a child iPad and you say you put it under 17. There are apps that are 13 and there are worse than plus 18 apps.
Raising a child, right?
I'm sure now you're grown. You're watching some old cartoons and you're seeing some sexual actions in them.
Yes.
But then I'm sure your father said, don't watch this cartoon. And you felt like, but it's just cartoon. There are certain things they can't tell you.
There was this episode of, was it Barney and Friends or Teletubbies?
There's an episode in Tom and Jerry where one of them was giving each other blowjobs.
Yeah. I think Tom and Jerry recently is like the most. See, I think generally training up, raising kids.
There is a saying that it takes a community to raise a child.
Raising kids.
It's not something only
I was
your father
excited
can
about
do.
it before.
It's not easy.
It's not like I'm
because
not
you're
excited,
just going
but
to argue. One lady was arguing with me, I'm never going to beat my kids. And I be like, you that are ordinary your boss in the office. There are sometimes you want to stone him something. Your senior. There are some things that, just imagine coming back one day, you're in a working society, your child has used your credit card to swipe and pay for online games, not even something you can see. And then you're working 6 jobs to pay that normal to pay the credit card, and now he has maxed it out, probably buying Call of Duty skins and extra guns for the games.
But you still love the child regardless.
Beating the child does not mean you hate the child.
But there's a level to these things.
There are levels to everything, but your society will determine. Okay, there are parents who fly back their children from like 10, from the UK down to Nigeria for them to go through certain, because over there is more like...
It's more flexible.
But our culture is not their culture. No matter how useless you are over there, they have a working society that caters for you. You understand? If you should get pregnant here without a wife, or the person denies you, and you get pregnant there and the person denies you, the support is not the same.
True.
So you don't expect your parents to behave like that when your reality is here. You can't just copy formulas and come and implement. It does not work.
Especially if you're going to live.
Do you understand? It's like, when Bitcoin came, people were saying, my business takes Bitcoin, this, that. Now you've taken the Bitcoin. The government has banned you from trading them with your bank account. What will you do?
Deep.
It's working over there.
It's Bitcoin that is deep now. In fact, I don't even...
So what will you do? You just don't copy formulas and say, it's working over there. This is how I train my child. No. Over there, if you don't have a car, your child will be living a comfortable life. The public service systems are working. Yeah. You are safe. You're not thinking about, if they take taxi to Area 1, they'll kidnap them and find them a marriage, all of that. By default, your parents are paranoid. So they know they can't control you once you leave that domain they control. So they try to instill that fear in you that when you go out, even, you have to understand your boundaries. You know how to behave. It's why when they are giving you food, she'll be doing like this.
But
do you understand?
My mom...
Now, how many places do you go to eat when your father is not there? You are selective about where you eat, because now you know people are evil. But then they can't explain to you that your friend wants to kill you. They can't, because they know you are going to say to the friend, my mama said you go kill me. Do you understand? And you make your mother look like the bad person. But genuinely,
you know that.
Over the phone yesterday, a friend of mine, they're in Paris now, they have to go to the hospital. They poisoned the man. This is the second time they're poisoning him. And his friends. If
you are watching, I am part of people doing poison. Because I don't know.
It's not easy.
Like, people poisoning people now is becoming more like...
Yeah, it's because...
It's almost like a common thing.
You look at yourself that, who I be? I don't have anything. Why would somebody want to kill me? Everybody wants to kill you. You are something.
Stop poisoning people.
Poisoning people.
Stop being wicked.
Be wicked.
Choose God today.
God will not help you all the time. Choose what you want to do. But I am for...
Choose life.
I am for consequences and action. If you want to do something, know that there is a consequence.
Of course.
So that's my problem with people. It's just like, it's freestyle. Make a freestyler. There is nothing you're going to do now that you would not bear the consequences later. It might not come in the way and manner it came for me to you. It might be different. There are people who I've received help from and I've never helped them. And it's just that, my father did something for them. That probably meant nothing then.
Yeah.
Do you get? Yeah. There are people who, like, I want to do event. I don't have money to pay like the hype man. I just talk to him, Alpha. It's because I've been paying him well before. He knows that if I tell him next week, he's not doubting me. Yeah. But if I was somebody who, when I take money from sponsors, I just throw 1 or 2 lies, probably eats the money. Next time I call him, he's going to, I guess should that deal. Yeah, he will not tell you anything. So it's consequences and action. For now, people...
I did that to someone
exactly. This modern world, people want the benefits without the works behind it.
Yeah.
You want a relationship, but you don't want to put in the work. You want to be with somebody, but you don't want to be with only them. You want spice.
Yeah.
So just stay single.
Polygamy, what they call it. Anyway.
Polygamy is inevitable.
If that's what works.
It takes dedication for a man or a woman. Yes. Because right now, it's inevitable because...
Okay, so if you marry now, you will be with...
No, it takes dedication. That's what I'm saying. It takes dedication to do it. An example
To
is
abstain
to
as you should.
as you should. And me, I don't think if you are not married, you are not in anything. It's only marriage that I recognize. Like the only woman I will not follow is a married woman.
Yeah. Well,
Do you
anyway,
understand?
if
This is what I'm telling you is going to be difficult. If you think about,
should I say gullible and they carry you where you know.
no, it's not gullible. If you think about, people want, social media has made it seem like there's this perfect life, there is this standard of life you should start living from. That
Instagram especially.
Do you understand? You should start your life from. So you are seeing a couple who is coming to Abuja because he or she believes there are sugar mummies or there are sugar daddies who change my life.
That's the reason why we have hold up now.
Do you understand?
Please, all these couples.
So now you come, when you come back,
Abuja
when
is
you
so full right
come
now.
to Abuja now to do NYSC, you have a boyfriend that you left somewhere, but he can't fund you because he's also struggling like you. You need somebody to fund that lifestyle. And you're not willing to date that person because it's going to be stressful.
Abuja is dry now. There's nothing here.
There is a lot here. Come on, please. We are here. We are making money for you people.
If you are coming, come and meet Nass. He has already told you where his bar, restaurant, lounge lifestyle.
It's not easy.
He has given resume.
Tell me, how do you want to be faithful if you are not disciplined when you literally have like 5 women a day coming at you?
See, you know,
let me tell you,
know what I think.
Persistence works. No matter how you want, you're like, wait, make I give this guy a chance.
A lot of people, let me tell you, that persistence thing. I used to think nobody can resist care before.
Resist what?
Care, right? But persistence, for me, I believe in contentment. Do you understand? It might go different ways for different people. Like if I'm seeing someone now, like Solomon said, it might not be the richest, might not be the most intelligent, might not be this. But like, if I don't love you, I won't budge, except I'm greedy or you are not the one for me. That's in my own terms. But if for other people, you are not content and you feel or you see the need, if they're offering you lifestyle to still go, they carry away, you know, then no problem. But me, I think when it comes to that is contentment. If I can just come and tell you, okay, I can fund you, I can do this, and you just budge, that means the person you're with, because the person you're with, there'll be people richer, people finer, people hotter, people that have more sense, more than everything. That's just the way. There are always people more and always people less.
Now let me tell you the difference.
That's shammy.
You can have money and not have swag in spending money.
I know, there are plenty.
There's a way somebody will spend money for you, not on you, and you want to experience that money. That's why you see boys who chase women with money, and then there's another boy who has less and he's winning the girl. Not about, it's the swag you use to spend the money. Obviously, you see men richer than your boyfriend, you didn't follow them. Do you understand? It might be one Igbo man telling you how, come and eat my money. I have money. Do you know me? And it's pissing you off. Like, his attitude is pissing you off that you can't even see the money he's talking about. But there's a guy who would come with, you're in the classroom, you're thinking of how you go home. He has already dropped driver for you. They are marinating the car. The AC is waiting for you.
Must be nice.
Do you understand?
God will give me my own car.
He moves you from, that's what, the thing is, God does not just bring, come and take the car. So the guy starts giving you a certain sort of classic treatment. And the thing is, comfort is difficult to resist. You can have money and you're not comfortable.
Trisha. But that's why we need to make this money.
If the person should make a research on the things you like, and then he goes extra miles for you, believe me, you pay attention. I'm not saying you follow him, but you will pay attention.
I'll pay attention.
Exactly. Now, when you pay the attention, he's going to show you what it is.
Okay, Nass, let me give you an example now. You that I know, Nass, if I come now, I start spraying you.
I have a price. If you buy me G-Wagon, I'll follow you. Straight. I've told any woman, if you want to marry me, just buy me G-Wagon. I'll go and talk to my father.
Follow you. Two of us.
If you buy me G-Wagon, I'll follow you.
So
because, okay, I'm not following you. Where's my life going to? I'll follow you.
Now, one question. Okay, also, I can't end this without like mentioning, you trended, was it some weeks ago? You on Insta blog.
That was not planned.
I want to know, of course it's not, who plans to be on Insta blog? So some people, I don't know, maybe fake life, they used to
I'm not on Twitter, I'm not, I just have like one.
But what happened? What was that post about? You know, did you go, were you trolled? Were you trolled? Wait, did they troll you? Did they troll you?
Oh, I really don't care. I don't read the comments. I only reply to people I know.
I just think a lot of people.
People agreed.
I saw
but
more.
The thing is,
babes were posting on their private story, but I saw like more of guys reposting it. But I want to know what you posted.
Everybody reposts based on what fits their narrative.
What did you tell us what you posted?
So each time I post something on my social media, like I write about men and women or life, it's out of somebody's personal experience.
Okay,
Or
which yours?
no, not I can't live long enough to experience everything. So a friend of mine might have called
Wisdom.
me to complain that, oh, this is this, this is that. And
Mm-hmm.
then I'll probably remember when I told him, don't do this like this. The thing is, it's easier to see things when you are not the person in the picture.
Okay, true.
And then when it involves human relationship, whether a romantic one or regular one, there are a lot of emotions involved because there are memories attached to it that, oh, I've known this guy for like 5 years. Now my childhood friend. So you are a bit cautious. You don't want to offend people involved because obviously he's your friend, you know, family or. So I read something where it was a woman. She was just arguing that the money the guy gave was small or something.
I think was it something that trended?
Yes, it was. I can't remember what it was. So I was
I
like,
can't remember the exact story, but I think give her some money to, was it do her nails or do her hair? And I remember it was a lot of money.
yes.
She was like,
and she was like, what's
is it
this?
for that? Have you seen
Yeah, that's like, what's this? And I'm like, if you want to go into a relationship, go into a relationship. If it's for money, go and stand on the way. Boys who
That
are
was the
carrying
post.
people for money
That
will
was
carry you
actually
and they
the
will
post.
pay you.
I think some people dragged you. Just sign
Yes,
up.
they talk. I tell my friends that, see, both men and women, if it's nobody's responsibility to make you happy in your relationship, it's not your boyfriend's responsibility. It's not your responsibility to make him happy. Both of you should be happy. Then find yourself and enjoy your happiness.
Okay.
I can't understand your traumas. Neither can you understand my own. You don't understand where I'm coming from. Neither can you. So it's like trying to suit a pain that I don't know where it is on your body.
Mm.
So if it's money, if dating is really about money, you bring your 1 year account statement. I'll bring my own. Then we are going to compare. So the person who is probably richer or spends more will be deciding the relationship. Oh, babe, let's go to Paris. I'm like, sure, book your own. I'm booking my own. Or you pay for this one, I'll pay for the next one.
I think what you said was, if it's money you're looking for,
yes.
Let me know if I'm wrong. If it's money you're looking, guys, this is what made Nass trend though. On Insta blog with 100,000. So he said, if it's money you're looking for, stand on the streets.
Yes.
Let those of us that want love know what we're doing or something like that. And people were just like, I want to be a material girl. Like, but you know another thing? There are some guys that are down for that. That down for, okay, let me just spend your money. You can spend my money. You don't have to. Some people, but it's only money they can offer. And I think some women recognize. And I think some people, and it's not bad. Let me tell everything we're saying here, like, it's preference. I think some people recognize that, if this is all this person has to offer, wants to offer, then I'm cool with it. So, I mean, if it's what rocks your boat, if you want to go into it, if you want to act oblivious, like you don't know where they are carrying you to, no problem. However you choose to articulate it, however you choose to do it, but like he said, be ready to bear the consequences. Whatever action you're doing, ready to bear the consequences, every ramification. I feel like I'm definitely going to have Nass on another. Nass, are you down for that?
Well,
let me ask you publicly, so in case you want to decline,
I'll
use you on the sponsored ad. Nass, are we having you? Are you agree? You're going to come again?
I would come whenever.
Definitely. Nass is like a well of a lot of things. Like, I just want to know.
That's definitely not the case.
That, I beg you, that's the case. Why you act the way, why you know that book, why you act the way you do? It's okay. I want to know why Nass thinks the way he thinks, because he's a very interesting personality. If he allows us, we can drop his socials, his small business, Abby.
You can drop my business.
Yeah, so Nass, he owns a sports arena now. Yeah, so it's very chilled sports, very unorthodox from what Abuja people do, just very nice, chill. They have like games nights every last Friday. That one I recommend. I'm doing free ad for you.
Thank you.
I hope when I need something, I'm saying you sponsored ad, Nass, don't try me. I'll whip it out. Nass, any final words you want to say to our little misters and little miss?
Well, life is very simple, to be very honest. And life is not hard. It's just because you want to be useful, it's hard. Because if you just wanted to be anything, like, you would just live the life and you can't exactly be useless. You'll be used as a bad example. So you're still useful. But in whatever you do, just think of what your life will be like after.
I said party words. You're giving us something to think about.
Oh, you have to think about it.
Okay, anyway, To all my little miss, keep being the good girl that you are, or bad girl as the case may be. And to all the guys, definitely, like I said, violence is not an option. Violence is not the answer, so don't do any of that on these streets. And also, if you're in the business of poisoning people, because I've been hearing that poison thing a lot, it's becoming rampant. When they say the heart of man is desperately wicked, poison. Hey, so please repent. Anyway, thank you guys for, staying with us on this interesting. I really want to know what the feedback will be like. Interesting episode. Nass, thank you so much for
Hope
coming.
To see you guys again.
Yes, we're definitely Nass is definitely coming back. We'll probably do season with Nass. All right, guys. Thank you guys for chilling with us today. My name is Abe. His name is
Nass.
And this has been Banter and That with Abe.
Hi, my name is Nass, and I'm on Banter and That with Avi.